Good evening, Abby. Hey, Diva Juan. What's going on, Toya? Hey, Morgan. Welcome to Kitchen Table Talk Live with SpillitBoyTV. Baby, we got some things to talk about. The girls are coming out and letting folks have it, baby. The television shows are really sparking up some stuff. Welcome to the room. Get your snacks. Grab your drink. It's time for Kitchen Table Talk Live. Good evening, Mira. Hey, Brianna. Welcome, Cynthia and Sabrina. Sorry, you guys. Hey, Jay. What's up, baby? What's going on, pretty Manita? Hey, Natalia. I see you, Victoria. Right, Diva. It was a must-see. Hey, Therese. I'm good, Victoria. I'm good. It's good to see you. Hey, Miss Shorty. Good evening, you guys. Welcome to the room. Hey, Jamila. Hey, Lachey. I'm so confused. Okay, listen. I think we all were. Welcome to Kitchen Table Talk Live. I'm your host. I am SpillitBoyTV. Listen. For those of you who are familiar with me, you already know what goes on. You already know how it's getting ready to go on. You already know how it's getting ready to go down. Iced tea, a little something extra. I gave you a few minutes to grab you a little something to drink. I got me a little something to eat. Today, I ain't even do a whole lot. It's cabbage with some ham. You know, I'm always having a pig party, honey. Always having a pig party. Listen. It's ready to go down. Right, Miss Cynthia. For those of you, this is your first time here, Kitchen Table Talk Live is a space where we do exactly that. We have kitchen table talk. Everything's not PC. I'm not always politically correct. Most times I'm not politically correct. I say the things that you say at your kitchen table. We just get on down to it. We spill the tea. We talk the shit and keeps it moving. And, you know, sometimes a feeling or two gets hurt. It ain't going to kill you. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And then you pick it up and you come on back for the next time. So listen. So we're going to talk about Joss, and this is going to be a quick one. And I'm going to give you all a chance to talk to if you want to talk. Because I know there was a lot. It was a lot to take in, a lot of moving pieces, and a lot of the past came into play for me anyway. For me. Joseline Hernandez, or how I usually refer to her, Joseline, and Wendy Williams absolutely clashed on Wendy Williams' show today, live. Joseline completely sunned Wendy. And I was shocked because Wendy don't usually go for that kind of stuff. It got bad. It got really bad. We're going to talk about it. And then after that, we got some YouTube news. Some YouTube news. That's where we at, ain't it? On YouTube. Baby. A blast from my past. Blasted onto the scene. And baby, listen, they doing it like the big girls do. I said, that's what I'm talking about. A panel show that just explodes right on screen. I said, y'all have better do it, baby. Y'all are really doing it like the big girls do, just like The View, just like The Talk, exploding right on screen. Kudos. And we are going to talk about it at the kitchen table. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, we are. But first things first, like I said, I got cabbage and ham. Mm-hmm. Just a little something, honey, to hold me while I talk this stuff that I got to talk to y'all. Now, listen, all I'm going to say about this little situation with Joseline and Wendy is I know Omarosa is somewhere squalling. Squalling, do you hear me? Because Wendy, this is only the third time I've seen Wendy really be, well, no, the fourth time. Because Judge Mathis got her one time too. Mm-hmm. Listen. Whitney Houston yanked her. Judge Mathis yanked her. And Omarosa absolutely yanked her, honey. And today, Miss Joseline came in there, baby. Puerto Rican princess came in. She came in like a wrecking ball. Boom, honey. And yank Wendy. And shook her up. I said, girl, are you okay? It just came out of nowhere. There was no interview, really. It didn't even start off like an interview. It came in like Joseline entered the Wendy Williams show like a woman coming home from her job and her daughter ain't washed the dishes. That's how she entered the show. I said, what just happened here? Now, I'm not even here for the business of whether she was right or wrong. It just is what it is. See, when you create that type of an environment, anything can happen. And yes, you see this Sensibility Speak says She was rude as, yes, she was. But again, is it Wendy as rude as hell? She sure is. Rude. Rude. Didn't I just 2 days ago come down here and gave you a story about, it happened a week ago, but I gave you the story 2 days ago of how Wendy had Andy Cohen on her show and she was rude, talk about his friend and his employee. Because what did Candy Burris do to Wendy Williams to make her call her disgusting and filthy? If I didn't know any better, I swear that Candy slipped 5 $100 bills up in Joseline's job and told her, girl, go get her. Go get her. You know, Joseline acts like a pit bull sometimes when she gets on. And that's just how Candy, did you slide Joseline a few dollars and she came in there and got Miss Wendy right on together? Is that what happened? Because she just came right in like she had something for her, baby. Came in and her whole thing was about, listen, I got the #1 show at the Puerto Rican Princess. And I deserve to have my flowers while I still living and I can still smell it. I said, huh? And that's how Wendy was looking at her like, girl, what is she talking about? Girl, what are you talking about? It was so out of place. Then she told her, you always do that. All you ever want to talk about is something from back in the past. All you want to do is bring women down, and you should be celebrating us because we're doing the same thing you doing. I said, wait a minute. You think you're doing the same thing Wendy's doing, Joseline? Down to the cabaret? You think you doing the same thing? Okay, girl. Now, listen. You're doing some good things for yourself. And Wendy didn't just take the L laying down. She said, girl. She kept trying to pull the interview back because she never had it from the beginning. And she said to her, well, listen, girl, let me see your shoes. She was like, no, wait a minute. You wait a minute, Miss Wendy. Kept calling her Miss. That's what made it even worse because you were being rude, Danny. You called me rude. Every time you call her Miss, you should just call her bitch because that's the way you were acting. You act terrible down here to the show. Terrible. And she just kept getting her together. Then she got all down in her personal business. I said, oh my gosh, you're not in that abusive relationship no more, Miss Wendy. You ought to try to do like the rest of us. You need to get yourself together, Miss Wendy. I said, can you imagine being a boss such as Wendy Williams? Because she is. Whether you like her or you don't like her, Wendy Williams is iconic at what it is that she does. She's iconic, whether you like her or you don't. People are going to always remember Wendy Williams for what she has done. And what she has done is impressive. But can you imagine being Wendy Williams and this broad come in with this broken English and tell you, you need to get yourself together, Miss Wendy? You talking to me, sis? I was like, you got to be kidding me. Thank you so, Steph. Thank you, baby. You got to be kidding me. It was the Joseline Hernandez takeover. She literally took over the whole show. She wasn't letting Wendy get a word in. She was like, girl, welcome to my world, Miss Thing. No, me, Wendy. And this is the thing that was so weird to me is 1 year ago, Wendy and Joseline sat down. And the funny thing is, I just watched the interview last week. Wendy and Joseline sat down together and had a phenomenal interview, to the point where I was like, am I really looking at Joseline Hernandez? She did a very good interview where she literally acted like a lady. She behaved herself. Her English wasn't as broken up, because that's all part of the gimmick as well. It's all part of the gimmick. It's part of the brand. And she acted like she was, cool. This time she came in. Now I'll say this. Joseline finally did show her shoe. And it was, she stuck it in the camera. There it goes. She said it's a very pretty shoe. It was real sharp, something that I would have definitely worn. Cute. And Joseline stood up. She had a really cute dress on. Really cute dress. She looked adorable. She really did. It was a little wrinkled in the back where she stood up, but that ain't no big deal, because, like, who stands up? I would never stood up anyway. Wendy asked, I'm not standing up. They at that point, it just had gone south. Wendy's like, stand up, let's see what you got on. Because you wouldn't have asked Angela Bassett to stand up. And I definitely wouldn't have done it, especially if I was already cussing y'all. I said, you stand up, or I wouldn't have stood up. But, really pretty dress. Her hair was really pretty. Her wig was good. Her makeup was nice. Wendy did say to her, girl, you look different. What'd you do? That's regular Wendy fashion. What'd you do? Every time I see you, you look different. Then she tried to lead into some stuff about Bonnie Bella and Stevie J. Now, at the last interview, she was saying how Stevie J gives her anything she wants. They have no problems. Faith has really, they're all really working as a blended family. Child, she gave them the Mariah Carey today, honey. They showed a picture. Hey, Miss T Velocity. Showed a picture of Stevie J. She said, who is that? And then she said, well, what about, so you and Stevie, you're not getting along? Yeah, who is that? She said, okay, well, what about Faith? Or you and Faith are getting along? She said, oh, I really don't know who that is. I said, girl, did you have one of them little funny brownies or something, girl? Did you have some old funny style snacks or something? Girl, what you doing, girl? She was all over the place. All over the place. But she kept going back to, I'm getting in Wendy's ass. That's what it kept going back to. I was like this. I went in the kitchen to start pouring. I said, oh, kitchen table talk, Treasurer Lane, I'm coming. I'm on my way, honey. I heard about that, and then I heard about the gentleman's panel. I said, oh, wait. Get y'all drinks and y'all food. I'm on my way. With my messy ass. I'm on the way, honey, with one shoe and my wig on backwards, honey. We're going to do some chit-chat. Welcome to Kitchen Table Talk Live with SpillitBoyTV. Listen here, honey. It's going to be an interesting night. Thank you, T. Joseline, that show, she ain't scared of these big time star. Child, listen. You see how she just showed? She just was acting like, it was the same. Remember when she went to New York and did the reunion and nobody told her, girl, no, this is for play. Somebody forgot to tell her, and she just started fighting everybody like a wild dog. It was the same thing, but she don't fight no more like that. Her mouth, she just was going at it. It was a whole mess. Hey, Life With Us TV. No, I love them. It's my favorite couple on YouTube. Is them two right there, Lynette and Stanley. Yes, God. Anyway, if y'all are not subscribed to Life With Us TV, you definitely want to do that. Let me put them up here on the screen. It's my buddies. You definitely want to do it. You see that couple? Beautiful couple from down in the DMV, way down in the DMV area, down in the V part, down the two down the VA, down that way. But they vlog and they also do reviews. Fabulous, fabulous, sweet, sweet couple. really good people. If you're not subscribed, you need to do that. And again, hey, Lynette and Stanley, welcome to Kitchen Table Talk Live. Okay, so listen. Hi, Mr. Pisces. So yeah, so it was going down. It was going down. And I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything because it was a lot. It just was a lot going on. I think we got it. She claimed that she does it to all the Spanish girls. She yanks at all the Spanish girls. Now, I haven't seen that myself. Wendy Williams yanks at everybody. Wendy Williams is just ignorant, period. That's her brand. Her brand is to be ignorant. But what she did tell her, she said, I'm not going to let you play with me and nobody else play with me no more, Miss Wendy. You understand? So I don't know what happened behind the scenes that got her in this mood, but I'll tell you this. It was a plan. She had her mind made up. I got my mind made up. That's the wrong kind of song. That's a church song, ain't it? Donnie McClurkin. Mm-hmm. But they wasn't acting very churchy, honey. I told you, I came in like a wrecking ball. Came right in there just like Omarosa. You remember when Omarosa did it? Omarosa came in and Omarosa had a plan to wreak havoc on Wendy and her show. And that's exactly what she did. She did the same thing. I knew it had gotten so bad when Wendy said to her little producer guy, her little side guy, can we just pull the plug on this? Can we just pull the plug on this? Huh? Live television. No, Wendy. I'm shocked at you, Wendy, because see, this was the time when you were supposed to sit straight up and you were supposed to let Joseline's ass have it. This was the time when you were supposed to read, but I think she caught you and she knocked you off your spot. But girl, you were supposed to pull yourself together, Miss Thing. When she went to the whole thing of you're not in that abusive relationship anymore, you're not on drugs anymore, you didn't get yourself together, Miss Wendy. I'm telling you, y'all know how I get down. I would have let Joseline, what they call, have it. I would have let her have it. I'd have snuck read her at one side, down the back, and around, and roundhouse kicked her right out the goddamn door. Joseline would have been trying to figure out what I had said to her 3 days from now. I would have let her ass have it. There is no way I would let her go. Listen, I'm going to drop the link later and let y'all talk. I dare one of y'all to come up here and try to get me on that thief already. Do you see this? Don't give me no fever over here. You might catch me somewhere else in the YouTube streets and give me some fever, but you won't give me that type of fever on Treasure Lane. That's what you won't do. I said, girl, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. But listen, Joseline, good job. Good job, sis. Good job. I ain't never seen Wendy like that. That's the only other time I've seen Wendy completely unstable, other than the day that she had that outfit on and was dressed up like the Statue of Liberty and fell over there like a bag full of bricks, honey. That's the only other day I've seen her that unstable. Other times when she's been cussed out, she just took it like a trooper, took her cuss out, threw a couple sneak reads and went about her business. But girl, Jocelyn got you. She got you. She got you, sis. Tore your ass up today. I don't know what was up with Jocelyn, but she tore her up. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. We'll move on. So let me give you a little background, okay? Because we're going to talk about YouTube. YouTube. So listen, there is a panel program, and I'm giving them some free promo. God knows they need it. The shade has been thrown. They need it. But it's called the Gentleman's Panel. It is a panel, and it came together months and months and months ago. And it consists of some YouTubers. At this point, I don't even know exactly how many of them are actually on the panel. But in the beginnings of the gentleman's panel, I was a member. I was one of the original members of the gentleman's panel. So yes, I dare. I dare. Because I know right now there's somebody sitting out there that's saying, dare you, bitch? How dare you get up there and talk about them? I dare. I was one of the original members of the gentleman's panel. Okay. So it's a group, and it was never actually put together to be homosexual males, but it just ended up being a lighter loafer type of a panel. That's just the way it ended up being. Everybody was homosexual, but we're all different types of homosexuals. Okay? So we had a little thing, and it worked. In the beginning, it was exciting. It was new. Panels aren't new, but the gentleman's panel was something fresh. It was something new with us, all the gay boys doing it, in that vein. And on, this little place where we hang out on YouTube, it was cute. Okay, it was cute. And it worked out for a little while. But then it was sort of like working in a salon, which is something else I do. Working in a salon, honey. Anytime you work in a spot where there's talent, but the talents are all different levels of talent, just sit around and wait on the mess to start. And it did. So listen, people start falling off, people start leaving, and all that kind of stuff. But everybody's pretty cool. Ain't nobody dragged down. Ain't nobody lost no hair. Most of us bitches was bald to start. So ain't nobody lost no hair. Ain't the friendships aren't too messed up. We could be in the same places for the most part. Isn't that right, Niecy Pooh? Tell him, Daddy. So, that's the background of the gentleman's panel. Now, it looks totally different these days. There's like a lot of new members. I think the only original person there is Jay, because it began by Jay Wilson. So I'll give Jay Wilson the whole name recognition thing. Old Jay Wilson, Passa actually started it. He actually started it. And Passa literally, that was the thing that we would bounce from place to place. We didn't stay on one panel, on one platform. We bounced from platform to platform. So it was, and I'm saying all these things, all the things, because baby, when I get to the end of this conversation, baby, it got really, really interesting to see how things had changed. But I've been gone, for a while. It is what it is. And one of the newer members is Conscious TV. Conscious TV is generally pretty quiet. He's pretty quiet, really down to earth, and yeah. I mean, he could talk his stuff now, as people saw today. Something happened. I don't even know all the background of it. All I know is when I looked up, the gentleman's panel had imploded the same way as like The View or The Talk, and I was proud. I said, well, there we go. Now that's what I'm talking about. Get the shit popping. Because see, they kind of faded out. There's been a couple times where I've said, oh, they still together? No shade. No shade. Like I completely forgot that they were still doing their thing. It wasn't keeping a buzz going like it was in previous times. But I had heard earlier that Conscious TV had stepped away. A few hours later, baby, I get the boop, 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 boop. Honey, I go over to Conscious TV, then got on over there, honey. And I said, okay, so he's talking. I was over there. He did a live, and you know, we were all there and we had a good time. We was like, hey, Conscious TV, what's up, baby? He's gorgeous. He's a gorgeous creature. He really is. So it's always good to see Conscious TV. We work together on another panel. You know, we run into each other in the streets from time to time, honey. Beautiful creature. And so, you know, I know him to be peaceful. Honey, he was over there giving it what it needs. I said, wait a minute, Conscious. Now, this is my lane. Are you over here cleaning up, honey? Said, that's my show. Baby, he was cleaning house. Do you hear me? And I looked at, see, I don't usually mess with numbers on YouTube, but like I said, I was really proud. I said, this is what I'm talking about. Over at Conscious's joint, the numbers from him cleaning up the gentleman's panel, I'm just going to leave that right there. He was cleaning. So, listen. So this is when it got interesting. This is when it became, because, you know, that wasn't a table talk thing. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's leaving. How I left. And he left, you know, I said, you're going to get in trouble. That's how he's kind of like, they said he kind of left an email or a text or something saying he ain't coming back. Baby, you don't want to do it like that, because that's how I left. I left a message that said, child, I'm done. Baby, they was mad at me for a little while. I said, they're going to get you, honey. They're going to get you. Well, they didn't get a chance to get him, honey, because he got them first, okay? They got him first. He got them first. So I said, okay, well, listen. So this is when it became a kitchen table talk live messy situation where I kikied, honey, is when Pastor Jay Wilson, after Conscious did his live, and he said all that he was big enough to say with his little self, honey. He said everything he dared to say, baby. And I'm telling you, it was, how dare I dare, honey. He said all that he wanted to say. Then he marched his pretty little self off, honey. I said, okay. And then when I saw Jay Wilson, Pastor was in the car. I think he was coming from work, and he was, you know, he was doing the whole, his version of the cleanup. But it was the cleanup. It wasn't my type of cleanup. It wasn't doom, 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 doom. It wasn't that kind of cleanup. He was trying to fix up, honey. Oh, yes, and it's this, and everything's fine, and everyone's great. And I said, girl, what you talking about, bitch? What you talking about? I said, you must didn't see Conscious's video. You had to have missed it. Now, come in close, my loves. Come in close. You ever been at a pageant and you watch the whole pageant, and then they get to the end and they call the winner, and you say, the f did I just watch? And you look at the judges' table, them bitches watching the same pageant I was watching. Them bitches got cataracts. That's how I felt when I was watching Pastor. Pastor was talking like everything was just fine and everything was everything. I said, you better go over there and watch Conscious's video show, because it has become a kitchen table talk live type of situation. Baby, when I tell you, I don't know what Pastor was talking about. Pastor was back in Genesis, honey, and they, Pastor, you was in Genesis, honey. They was in the book of Let a Bitch Have It, honey. Ever heard of it? Baby, when I tell you, Conscious touched on, he said something about accusations of political incorrectness. See, because that's how he talked. Funny as hell. He said something about political incorrectness. I can't, honey. He said, before I was on the show, The show was floating like the ocean. I said, oh my God. Okay. And so I just was getting, it wasn't, you know how it was like one person was acting like everything was everything. I ain't gonna say that. Conscious left out of there, he was stepping high and he was putting his foot down real hard on the ground and he was walking away. I don't know what you talk about, Pastor, but baby, it was a key. You hear me? It was just as explosive and just as much fun to watch as this Wendy Wood. Everybody loves a train wreck, honey, and I got my ticket for the train right here. It was a mess, honey. I said, come on here. When he said about how the show was before he came, I said, ooh, where's the line? Where's the line, honey? But don't that remind you of, I'm going to give you a line from a movie. See, I'm being messy. That's all right. I'm having a good time. I'm almost done. Do you remember in Mommy Dearest, honey, when Pepsi tried to just write her off after her husband died, honey, and told her, oh, yes, everything was fine. And you can go ahead. We've gone ahead and retired you and everything, but ain't nobody talked to her. I swear to goodness, that's the same thing that I felt when I watched Pastor talking and I had already heard Conscious talk. And I felt that same way when Mommy Dearest said, you drove Al Steele to his grave and now you want to stab me in the back? Forget it! Said I made Pepsi what it is today. I plan to stick with it. I swear to God, I got a whole flashback of that whole scene, baby. When I said, ooh, girl, you trying to feed us a line of garbage, honey. And I don't think you know what we saw, honey. He dragged the whole experience. Just dragged it, honey. Something about not being paid. I'm doing the whole job basically and I ain't getting paid. I said, not getting paid? Well, wait a minute. What happened? Aren't y'all still moving it for pet? But now, see, that ain't none of my business. That ain't none of my business because I don't even usually do the money talk thing. But Pastor talk about money all the time. So let's talk about it. Do y'all still, and this is just a question. Do y'all still move the show from panel to panel? So everybody gets a chance to benefit from the views and whatever else that it is. I don't know because I don't keep up with the show anymore, but that was very interesting to me. And like I said, they were just saying two different things. And for me, it was a messy moment and it was really, something that I would talk about at the kitchen table. When he said that the pastor was a lazy leader and called him a silent sissy of the pew. He said it. I even stopped and said, how dare you, honey? Keep talking. It was a mess. But this is this is what I'm talking about. Now, this is good panel show stuff. This is good reality stuff y'all got going on here now. Now, that's interesting. I don't know what y'all been talking about in the months to come before this, but that, yeah, I think you're onto something. Then there was talk of a small pain and a pick and something else. Listen, I'm going to leave this alone right there because then it went into some other stuff, honey, and there was talk of cease and desists and I'm choosing a side, and it got really, really icky, sticky. And how I enjoyed myself over at Conscious's house. And then when I left out of there, I was just confused. I swear I felt like I was at a pageant and the judges watched a completely different pageant and Pastor was completely one of the judges. He was just as confused, honey. So I don't know if he just didn't see consciousness or whatever. But whatever. I've said what I was going to say. That's as much as I'm going to go into it. Because listen, this is Kitchen Table Talk Live. That ain't none of my business, child. I just saw a little something silly. You know how you do it. Gossip. YouTube news. YouTube. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Listen, I'm going to drop this link right quick. And I'm going to give y'all a couple minutes. If you want to come up and you want to speak on either of these topics, that'll be fine. I'll give you a couple minutes to do so. And then I'm getting on out of here. And I'm gonna warn you, don't come up here and try to play in my face. Don't let the spirit of Joseline get you cussed out. Because I don't work for the network. I'll cuss you out. Okay. So there's the link. Anybody who wants to come up and say a little something about Joseline versus Wendy Williams, or the shake, and that's what we'll call it, the shakeup of the gentleman's panel. Yeah, the shakeup of the gentleman's panel, child. Mm-hmm. I know it left me with my mouth open, honey. I said, this is interesting. Very, very interesting, honey. Left me like that, honey. Woo! Hey, what's really going on? Said, okay, honey. Very, very interesting. You said, what I missed? Baby, you're going to have to red ball back, honey. You don't have to watch it back. We're 40 minutes in. A little creative quick talk. What happened? Stuff. You have to red ball back. All right. So I'm going to give y'all a few. Okay, I was ready to say, I'm going to get on up out of here. Don't play. Deanna.
Hey.
Hey, boo, what's up?
Nothing, honey. I just came up here to tell you now. I didn't catch the beginning of Joseline and Wendy, but whatever it is, kudos to Joseline, because Wendy needed whatever she had it coming. I'm quite sure of that. And I also wanted to say, I heard there's a spot open on the gentleman's panel and they need someone that can pull in numbers. Spill it. Will you be willing to grace the gentleman's panel?
Girl, I am a queen from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I've been in the business of female impersonation for over 20 years. And one thing I don't do in heels is walk the fuck backwards. I don't.
Especially after that old mean comment he done made over there about people who bring him money, child. I don't know. He might need to watch and hope the rest of the panel don't leave.
Baby.
Mm-hmm.
A whole lot of something and a whole lot of nothing going on. I said, oh my.
But that's all I had to get up here and tell you guys, that they got an opening over there. Well, we know someone who don't walk backwards. So,
and you know, they said that I never brought numbers to it anyway.
Child, folks went over there because you wasn't going live on your own channel and they had no choice. Quit playing. But see, you know, I didn't even really know that there was still going on until all this talk came up about it.
Right. This might be what they need. Now,
and I went over there. I went over there and looked at Conscious TV numbers, and I said, well, all his videos that he's uploading and recording get more views than a gentleman panel. He really, if he do another video, he could double them numbers and minus out the gentleman's panel. Like, it ain't really bringing nothing.
I don't want to say been there, done that, but
that's what I'm saying. The truth is what it is.
Who
So
knows? Maybe this might give them a little kickstart, honey, into something new and different.
nothing, but we lasted longer than most. That's all the Kickstarter got. That's all they want. That's all they get. But I'm gonna get back down here and get in this chat and make me another cup and go relax. Not relax. I finna lie on my hair, y'all. I need to go condition it.
There you go.
All right, y'all. Bye.
All right, baby. We'll see. Oh, give your plug yourself while you're up here. Plug yourself.
Oh, you guys, don't forget, we do have the surprise raffle on Fridays on my Deanna Irvin 30,000 page, also followed by Tuberty. And then that's on Friday night starting at 8 p.m. Don't forget, if y'all want the information, go to my community feed. I have the updated information over there. And y'all know how we do kick it on Friday night. It's all about game night, relaxing, kicking, and talking mess, okay?
Right.
Thank you, James.
All right, baby. Thanks for coming.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, Deanna. All right, you guys, listen. I had somebody came up in the back. I was like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because that stuff don't happen over here. Don't do it, honey. Don't happen over here. Not on screen. Anyway, listen, thank you guys for hanging out and coming in for Kitchen Table Talk Live with SpillitBoyTV. This one was fun. Show was. All right, you all. I will see you all soon. Good night.